Dare to dream, don't be afraid. If you fail, you can come home. We'll be here to catch you. Have fun tonight, be safe, enjoy this moment. And now it's my privilege to introduce your class president, Ciara McAuliffe.
Good afternoon. My name is Ciara McAuliffe, president of Sharon High School's class of 2022. Superintendent Botello, Assistant Superintendent Dussault, Principal Scazzaro, Vice Principal Fazio, esteemed administrators, distinguished faculty and staff, families, friends, and the 300 plus soon-to-be graduates of Sharon High School's class of 2022, it is my tremendous honor to welcome you all to today's commencement ceremony. Before I begin, I would like to thank everyone I have worked with in my position. Mr. Scazzaro and Mr. Fazio, I'm sure it'll feel strange to not have C. McAuliffe 2022 at sharonschools.net spam your inboxes going forward. Thank you for working with us to bring our ideas to fruition. Ms. Luciani and Mr. Morris, our class advisors, thank you for meeting with us every Wednesday morning to assist with whatever we needed, big or small. Thank you to our custodial staff, especially Rindy, who has made so many of our class events possible. Her big heart has made our little building a far better place. Of course, thank you to the class of 2022 Planning Board, a group I've had the absolute honor to work with since my freshman year. Kuhu Baji, Emma Botello, Abba Chowdhury, Brady Daler, Simone Dunbar, Amrik Iadara, Shez Jacro, Dayon Kassiv, Adam Landstein, Melanie Lefkowitz, Robbie Mandel, Daniel Oakstein, Pritish Paul, and Sarah Yee. There is so much I could say about you all. Thank you for making Wednesday my favorite day of the week and for always having my back. I'll never look at a constellation the same way because of you all. And lastly, thank you to every soon-to-be graduate in the audience for shaping our class into the beautifully unique one it is. Thank you for entrusting me with this position for the past 3 years. Bringing people together in this role has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. I've learned so much from how to advocate for myself and others to the beauty of collaboration. I've had a lot of nicknames over the course of my life, Keeks, Kiki, even Chalarla, but POTUS will forever have a special place in my heart. So I've never been in a position quite like this one. In this small pocket of time, standing in front of you all, I could talk about really anything. For one, I could show off my secret talent for beatboxing or my stellar Donald Duck impression. I could take the safe route and expand on a Pinterest quote about goodbyes or friendship or change. I could talk about hypothetical things to talk about for the entirety of this speech, but I'm not really sure what you would take away from that. I could also go completely rogue right now. And if that made your eyes light up, you're in luck. I'm just kidding. You guys know me. To begin today's ceremony, I will be talking about what I believe is the most defining quality of Sharon High School's class of 2022. On an early spring day in March, it was almost 2:40 p.m. in journalism class. After a period of karaoke with a small side of writing articles, we all walked out of the library and crowded upon the landing of the main staircase. We were all sick with this new variant, not Omicron, not Deltacron, not dodecahexaheptacron. The name was senioritis. I was so eager to get home, I convinced myself a bell already rang, but it was only 2:38, someone said. We all begged Mr. Schiebler to let us leave just 2 minutes earlier, because what could 2 minutes really do? He then recommended we look out the big front window, overlooking the entrance to SHS, because soon enough, we'll lose this view. Now, over my 4 years at Sharon High School, I've crossed that spot above the staircase countless times. And this time, the view looked just a little bit different. I wasn't thinking about how I messed up question 2B on that calc test, or if today I had it in me to navigate the senior law better than yesterday, or whether some person thought I was to this or to that in a conversation we had 6 days ago, or why the service in the school is always so painfully slow. I was just thinking about the building, the red bricks, the green trees that have welcomed me every single morning, however disheveled, tired, or late I was. How not only we would lose this view, every class after us would too. What sets Sharon High School's class of 2022 apart is that we are the last ones out. The last ones out of a 66-year-old building. A building of narrow hallways lined with decorative lockers, suspicious water fountains, and the occasional mural. The last ones out of a cafeteria that smells of versatility, where students not only eat, athletes wrestle, musicians fiddle, and underclassmen very, very, very awkwardly slow dance. An auditorium that has been home to over 60 musical productions, from Grease to '01 to Bye Bye Birdie in '07. A gym where our few but prized athletic achievements are put on display. Soccer champs in '94, softball champions in '81. Proof that Sharon produces champion athletes along with champion mathletes. We are the last ones out of a foyer that has been decorated with years of beautiful student artwork, a courtyard of wise trees, weathered picnic tables, and sometimes, just sometimes, a flock of stubborn ducks. Classrooms where generations of students have stared out the very same windows. Classrooms where students have struggled, succeeded, and learned that you have to embrace both. We are the last ones out of this old, broken building, rich with history. So what? What does this mean for us, the class of 2022? When we return to 181 Pond Street next year, we will see nothing where our everything used to be. This building, this home, will soon only exist by memory. The legacy of our Sharon High School will no longer stand in its red bricks. The legacy is left with us. I invite you all to see the building's approaching end as an invitation to carry the legacy of Sharon High School in ourselves. An invitation to reflect on and use everything we learned from that daunting day when a freshman year to this monumental moment. Maybe you learned how to safely exit a parking lot of terribly bad drivers. Maybe you learned how important it is to surround yourself with the right people. People who love you for the awkwardness you once tried so hard to hide. Maybe you learned to venture outside of your comfort zone in class or in the way you dress. Maybe you came to terms with a part of who you are and learned to just embrace it, because you feel so much happier and freer when you do. Maybe you learned how to find the derivative of an inverse trigonometric function, or how to work a Bunsen burner, or how to handle rejection, or how to hold your breath through a really long time, in case a hallway smells unusual. Maybe you learn that sometimes it's okay to challenge authority. Maybe you learn that those seniors during orientation were right about high school going by fast, because you can remember kindergarten conversations over crayons like they happened just yesterday, because you can remember how you and your friend filled time on bus rides before phones like it wasn't 7 years ago. Maybe you learn to cherish the little things in life, like seeing the still lake on the way to school, or waking up to the pitter-patter of rain, or hearing the comforting sound of your friend's familiar faint voice. Maybe you learn that change is good, that it's easier to let go, or that going to school from bed isn't actually that fun, that you much prefer seeing people face to face, even if it means the slightly earlier wake up. Maybe you learn to always check your work for Mr. Schoonmaker, or what art can do for Miss Gardner, or to do what you love for Mr. V, or to never, ever lose hope from Rindy. Whatever you learned in this old, broken, and beautiful building, take it with you, wherever this life takes you. We will soon lose this few, but the lessons we've learned, memories we've made, and relationships we've formed will stay with us far beyond Sharon High. To my family, I am who I am standing here right now because of you all. Mom and Dad, thank you for teaching me to never give up. Aiden and Tess, growing up with you has been one of the greatest gifts of my life. There is so much light ahead of you both. To the class of 2022, one last time, it's been a pleasure. Thank you. And now it's my honor to invite up Jasmine Ben-Joseph as our class speaker.